What is up, everyone? Welcome back. We are on location today in the backyard, so hopefully the lighting's okay. But nonetheless, we're going to open this 1982-1993 Fleer Ultra. So in this box, there are NBA, all NBA team and NBA award winners. So we want Jordan of those two. Actually can sell for quite a bit. I think the all NBA team is the most valuable. And then we've done series 2 on this channel. Hopefully it's already up. And then they have a couple different cards. So I actually brought some of the hits we got. So there's a Shaq rookie in the series 2. Looks like that. So that was a nice hit. We did get this insert rebounders. And then we got a couple of these Jordan dunk cards. So when you look up the set online, those are in the series 2 box. But let's just go ahead and rip into these. So from what I've seen, these can brick pretty bad. The series 2 we did not brick, which was great. But this is when it started to get kind of dicey. So it's our factory seal right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to, if, you know, the style we do here is instead of, we've used to go through the entire bricking process, and we'll open a couple, but if they're bricked really bad, we'll go stack by stack, slide cut, kind of see what we get. So that way it's not 50 minutes of someone peeling cards apart, because I don't know, that just seems less fun. So there's our packs. I don't know. We'll have to see. So there is our deets. Hopefully, yeah, it looks like pretty good considering what I've seen before. So hopefully we'll be able to get through this. So we want those insert of Jordan, the all NBA, and the other insert card available. So there's Mark McCone, Tom Chambers, and there's Vlade. The cards, yeah, these look like they were kept pretty well, which is nice. Alvin Robinson, Kevin McHale, is Cliff Robinson, then Billy Owens to finish out that pack. So here's the back of the cards. They always have like a different variant of the court with the team color a little bit. So I personally like that look. You know, the court cards look nice. So hopefully we can pull some of these Jordans we want. Obviously base Jordan as well are selling for a little bit of money. But love to get one of those all NBA cards. There's Jeff Malone, Chris Dudley, Anthony Peeler, draft pick #1. And then here's one of our insert of Scottie Pippen. So Scottie Pippen is really heavy in this box. And that is it's like kind of hard to see because of the foil, but they're really into that marble look at this time. So still happy to get this this hit. That's pretty cool. I don't think I've had one of these, so I'm not sure how many are in the box or what the deal is, but hopefully we can get some more. Not at the expense of those Jordans though. And then this says signed free agent, so you'll see some like foil stamps that look with some different stuff. Maybe it says traded or something. So that's what those are. There's Mark Bryant, Kendall Gill, and Larry Nance to finish out that pack. All right, so one Scottie Pippen in. Yeah, they're not bricking too bad, which is good, but we've done it where they start out bricking, they don't, then we have seen them where they aren't and they have started. But there's Robert Horry, rookie card. So it's a nice card. Eldon Campbell, Vernon Maxwell. There's Kevin Duckworth, John Battle, and Robert Parrish, who's deaf. Ken Norman, BJ Armstrong, Spud Webb. Jerome Kersey, there's Chris Gatling right there. There's Chris Jackson. We're going the other way. There's Darrell Walker, Wayman Tisdale, John Starks. These ones feel a little brick. There's David Johnson, so to be careful. I'm not sure who's in the middle here. There we go. Not too bad. Brian Shaw, John Stockton, Sidell Threat. But even when they feel like they're coming apart really well, still got to take your time. There'll be like slight imperfections, which, you know, you definitely don't want, but it's part of the game. All right, there's Scottie Pippen #2. So this is the #1 card. The other one is the #2 card. So that's nice. I don't remember having any of these, so to pull them now is kind of interesting, kind of nice, but it looks like they're pretty common. So I don't think, not sure how the value is going to be. Robert Pact. There's Wingate. There's Clyde. The Glide. Drexler. Larry Johnson. LJ. Terry Porter. Danny Manning. Will Purdue. And then another draft picks card right there. Move over Robert Horry draft pick. See if we can't pull our first Jordan. There's Bill Cartwright. There's Karl Malone. This all filter back through for all these Hall of Famers after. Here is James Worthy. Like kind of a dull picture. This looks like they're specking on it, but it's actually part of the card. Here's Scottie Pippen, another one. So this is Scottie Pippen number 4. So we haven't gotten a double yet. A lot of sleeving on these. So I might stop sleeving these Scotties depending on how frequent we get them. I still like him. Scottie Pippen's a great player, one of my favorites. And he, I pulled a relic of his actually in a Steve Smith Throwback Threads relic in a 2010 box, which was pretty sweet because it was like numbered. And I think out of the Throwback Threads, he was probably, in my opinion, the best one. So that was pretty nice. All right, there's Winston Garland. There's Reggie Miller. Tim Hardaway. Yeah, it looks like starting to stick a little. So we'll have to be careful with these. Anthony Peeler. If that's the case, then we'll do a slide cut where they're open. We'll keep them the way they were, packed back. Then we'll slide through them. So that way we get the cards in good condition and we can see how this box was breaking in real time. So yeah, even that I took apart. I don't know if you can see in between the arms. Slight whitening. So if we get a Jordan or an insert, we definitely don't want that. So we'll have to do that slide cut. But you know, I think seeing the cards in good shape rather than somebody tearing them apart, it's like soul crushing. There's Lonzo Mourning, rookie, so that's cool. At least for me it is. But we'll finish out these two, pull out our second stack, and break this box and pull some Jordans, some insert Jordans, hopefully. Yeah, this one's feeling okay. There's Adam Keefe, Tony Smith, a little breaking there. There's another Scotty. Jerry Reynolds. There's Doc Rivers, says preseason trade on the stamp, if you can't see that. Moses Malone, Muggsy. There's Ricky Pierce. Dan the Man. Randy White. Just got to be careful. You never know when there's a Jordan behind somebody. You know, I like to get my cards graded, so it's it'll turn into, they look at them like the microscope, so you got to try to get them as best as you possibly can. All right, there's Paul Graham. There's a Gary Payton. Nice Gary Payton right there. Mark Price, D. Brown. Chris Gatling again. Bill Laimbeer is his first checklist. Mark Jackson says preseason trade. Johnny Dawkins on the back there. Great, so let's go ahead and let's get into our second stack. Really would love to pull one of these All-NBA Jordans. You know, I don't have one, so that would be amazing for me. All right. Let's see. There's Mitch Richmond right there. Nick Anderson. There is Tracy Murray. First checklist, or second checklist, Robert Pact. Yeah, so these ones started to, not bad. A lot of the packs were actually in really good shape, but the cards are falling apart. But if you manhandle them, you end up with a break on a video, but we also do investment on this channel, so we want to keep them in good shape. And then you end up being all bitter that you broke them like that. But there is Glenn Rice. Scotty's, looks like Scotty's D'ing him up there. All right, next pack. Randy White, George McLeod, Spud Webb, Adam Keefe. There's Hershey Hawkins. There's Dale Davis, John Bagley, and then John Williams. Cards look great. I mean, the sheen on these is, I mean, you could tell why they picked them. It's just, for printing a lot, they didn't think about the long-term ramifications, I guess. Because, I mean, I guess how could they know? There's Chris Mullin. There's Tisdale, Brad Daugherty, Dominique Wilkins. That's a really nice Wilkins card. That was Kenny Smith. There's AC Green, Mookie, Kevin Johnson, Derek Harper there. And then we got Willie Anderson, Gerald Glass. There's David Robinson with Horace Grant behind him. So it's a nice David Robinson. And then Dennis Rodman, so that's a good pack. Tim Hardaway, Reggie Miller, yeah, that's a great pack. Larry Nance, Kendall Gill, and then Buck Johnson. It says signed as free agent. It's Muggsy Bogues right there. Ricky Pierce, John Williams. There's Mark Aguirre, Luke Longley, Dale Davis, Stacey Augmon, and Moses Malone, Doc Rivers, and then there's Jerry Reynolds again. So a lot of same players, but hopefully we can hit a Jordan soon, or some more Jordan would be great. There's Scottie Pippen, so it's on the front of the box, so heavy in this box. So hopefully we can. There's Karl Malone. I mean, I love Scottie Pippen, but would love to get a Jordan out of here. Like I said, the Shaq is rookie card is in Series 2. Sorry about that, dog. Like I said, I'm on location today. So next pack is right here. Let's see. There's Derek Coleman, Sam Perkins, Keem Olajuwon. So that's our first Keem, which is nice. And then Grant Long, Ron Harper, Joe Klein. Gotta stop saying that guy's name. He's a curse on this channel. Ramel Robinson. There's AJ English. So like you see the sheen. Good thing about the light outside is that it's like all the same. You can catch it right, but it can be iffy. So Mark West, Stanley Roberts. There's James Worthy, Steve Smith, Buck Williams, Vern Fleming. There's Dana Barros right there. There's Mike Sanders, Loy Vaught. There's Del Curry, Harvey Grant, Sleepy Floyd, and then another Scottie Pippen. So that's 6 Scotties for us already. So we're Scotty Day for sure. All right, last pack for the second stack, and then we'll be halfway through the box, so we'll get into our third stack. So there is Sidney Green, Will Perdue, Anthony Mason, Mike Brown, Cedric Sabalas, Danny Manning. There's Terry Porter, Rick Fox to finish out that pack. So halfway through the box, I haven't even pulled Jordan yet, so that's alarming. So let's go ahead and get into our third stack and turn this game around. All right. It's nice Horace Grant. I mean, these are super classic looking. Wayne Tisdale. There's John Starks. Doug Smith. The cards have a really nice stock too. I mean, this is 2, but they are pretty sizable. There's John Stockton. Nice. That John Stockton. Still Threat. David Johnson. Paul Graham. So we pulled 4 of these like in the first stack, and then we've gone ice cold. So I thought they were like extremely common. I mean, they seem pretty common, but now we haven't pulled any. So hopefully we can get some more. Now that I'm not getting them, I want more. There's Gerald Glass, Willie Anderson, Dennis Rodman. So, and then Robinson, you can see some of the sequencing. John Paxton, Tim Hardaway, Reggie Miller. There's Larry Nance. And Mark Bryant for that pack. Here is Fat Lever, and then bam, Michael Jordan. We pulled our first Jordan, which is good because I was getting worried. We're down to a third stack and no Jordan yet. So that's our first Jordan, which is great. Makes you feel good. All Jordans, especially in PSA 10 condition, are going way up price. Even cards that aren't Jordan, that have Jordan in them blocking, are selling because Jordan's heavily featured in the card. Like it would be like Jordan here or something. So yeah, so that's we'll see if that holds up. There's Jeff Malone and Anthony Peeler, Larry Stewart, Isaiah Thomas, and another Zoe rookie, So he's in both sets, both series, as a rookie. But Shaq's only in Series 2. It's David Wingate. There's Clyde the Glide Drexler. There's LJ. Derek McKay. Rick Fox. Look, he got the skin fade before it was way cool. There is another checklist. Glenn Rice. Scottie Pippen on top of him. Is that something? Or is that something? So I think that's part of the card. There's another Scottie. I mean, they're even putting Scottie, like, guarding everyone. Is this... I got to count how many Scottie Pippen cards there actually are in this set. That's crazy. Byron Scott, but even when they were coming up pretty well, to be honest with you, this Robert Pact. Not a lot of issue, but even with the slightest variation, you'll see like a dot or something. So when they do have an issue, it's pretty apparent. So like on his arm here, like that just came off, but it's kind of easy to see. Those are lights, I think. So it gets confusing because the picture quality is not great, and then there also could be card issues. But there's Karl Malone. But as far as Steve Smith, Bill Cartwright, there's Cliff. As far as this, as far as this box and like I've seen this box broken. I've broken some. I would say more than 50% of the time they seem bricked, and for the most part, there's a little bit of touch and go here, but for the most part, these cards are sliding apart pretty well. Tom Chambers, Lottie, Otis Thorpe right there. It's Kevin Willis, and then Mutombo. There's Joe Dumars, and Patrick Ewing right there. So yeah, for the most part, these are coming across great. But you know, I used to do the unbricking on the through the break, but it would make the videos 20 minutes longer for just bricking, and then you can hear it in people's inflections, like, oh no, oh this. It's like, it's nice to see. That's why I always do up pack every stack now if they're bricking. But you know, who wants to hear someone moan and holler while they're here to just look at some classic cards? So this is Gary Payton again. You know, I like to do at least one so that way you can see like condition wise what you might be in for, but the whole thing, I don't know about that. I've done it. Mitch Richmond right there is Nick Anderson, not judging. Stacey King, Tyrone Hill, Rick Smits, Kevin Gamble, Ed Pickney. There's Sean Kemp, Johnny Newman, and then we have Bukowski, Charles Smith, and then finishes out that pack. So one more pack for the third stack. We got only one Jordan. No insert of him yet, so hopefully we can pull one. Get nervous. There's Robert Ory, Eldon Campbell, Terry Davis, Vernon Maxwell, Mark Eaton, Kevin Duckworth, Marcus Liberty, John Battle, Robert Parrish, and Greg Anthony. So that is our third stack down. Let's pull out our last one. Hopefully we can hit our gold card, or at least another Jordan will probably will break even on the box if we pull another Jordan in good condition. All right, let's get back into this last stack. I have to say, holy smokes, this last stack was really intense. I'm sad these were sticking at all because we'll see in a moment. There's Clyde Drexler, Larry Johnson, Derek McKay, Rick Fox, Terry Porter, Danny Manning, Will Purdue, and there is Anthony Mason to round out that pack. Let's get into another pack here. So here's Terry, here's Sam Bowie, here's Cedric Sabalas, and here is Ron Anderson. And boom, right there, we did pull the All-NBA Michael Jordan. So there's 12 cards in this set, and we pulled a Jordan, so that's awesome. The only issue, and I was looking at the card, is look at the card sheen. I think those are like dents or I don't know what, because it wasn't card fallout from what I can tell. So I have to do a little research online. Maybe it's a common print on this card, but it's pretty, you can notice it for sure. But I'm still really stoked to get this card. It was pretty awesome, so I'm happy to get that. Don't have one, so we'll see if it's common or if that just happens to be this card, which is unfortunate, but still, I mean, a great card, great pull. I mean, you could have got one of 12 and we pulled a Jordan, so that's pretty awesome. There's Bukowski, Johnny Newman, Sean Kemp, and Kevin Gamble. Yeah, I was actually like out of my chair a little bit because I was like, I just couldn't believe we got it in the last stack. There's Moses Malone, Muggsy Bogues, Ricky Pierce, Dan Margera. There is Jerry Reynolds, Doc Rivers, Randy White. Tyrone Corbin, didn't want to let go. There's Hershey Hawkins, Adam Keefe, first round draft pick, Tony Smith, and then Grant Long, Derek Coleman, Sam Perkins. There's a nice Hakeem Olajuwon, Dennis Rodman, David Robinson. Yeah, this is that one pack sequence, so a lot of great players in this pack. Tim Hardaway and Reggie Miller. So that pack, we've seen it a couple times, but to get all those cards is great. So then we can go Willie Anderson, and boom. So we pulled the Jordan award winner. So that's why I was freaking out, because they were being super stingy in this box with the Jordans, and we only got one base. I was like, man, this is pretty brutal. We got some cool Scottie Pippen cards. And so I pulled this award winner, and I was like, oh, sweet. I was like, that's great. I guess that makes up for that. And there's 1 of 5. So there's 5 cards in the set. So you could have got any one of the other 4. And we got Jordan. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. And then after that, in 2 packs, I pulled this first team NBA card. Like I said, we'll find out what this is. But the card it came off flawless. So hopefully it's a common print on this card. 4 of 15, and we could have got any of the other 14. So to get both of these Jordans in the same box is pretty sweet as far as inserts. That's probably why, as far as inserts, maybe they knew there was like no Jordan packs in here or something. But I was literally like, I was shocked. So I was a little out of breath because I was running around. And so we got both those Jordans in the same box, which is great. So I was kind of bummed because I felt they were being stingy with the Jordans, and then it was like bam bam. So that's pretty awesome. There's Derek Coleman, Sam Perkins, Gerald Glass, Dennis Rodman again. So David Robinson, John Paxton, there's Akeem, and AJ English. So if you're still with me, we are growing the channel. We appreciate the like and subscribe. There's Darrell Walker, Wayman Tisdale. There's that nice Horace Grant. His glasses make the contrast always look good, and there's Ewing coming in. So as far as like cards, this is a pretty sick looking card. Chris Mullin, Felton Spencer, John Starks, and Doug Smith, Brian Shaw, Michael Cage, Brad Daugherty. This is Fred Roberts. Next pack, careful with those corners, is Mike Sanders, Scottie Pippen. So we got another Scottie. So we're getting a lot of Scottie Pippens. And then I didn't even notice, we'll see if we see him, but I noticed even more Joe Dumars, Mutombo, Ewing, even more cards with Scottie blocking. So I knew that like he was featured, but like they even have him like in like at least 5 cards. I saw people blocking those, trying to play some defense. So they went all out. Dana Barros for Scottie this year. All right, last 2 packs. So there's Antoine Carr, David Bennett, Steve Smith, Stanley Roberts, James Worthy, Plane, of course, Mark West. Never had planes over here. It's so weird. Sleepy Floyd, Doug West, Karl Malone. They must have known I was doing this. Thanks, whoever is flying. There is Randy White, Tyrone Corbin, Dan Margera. Here is Jerry Reynolds, Dale Davis, John Bagley, John Williams. You can see the sheen looks great, like real. The contrast, you can see outside, looks good. Muggsy Bogues, Stacey Augmon. Here's Doc Rivers, aka Glenn. Hershey Hawkins right there to round out that pack. All right, so recap, we nailed it really crazy. So, you know, I honestly was like hoping to get a couple base Jordans. It's a long shot on these cards, and to pull one of each and to both be Jordan is insane. I am a little concerned with this little specking, but so it does take away a little bit. But I mean, we did this before where we pulled some crazy ones and one was okay and one wasn't. But so there's our NBA award winner. So pretty nice card, 1 of 5. Really, I'm super pumped. And then the same thing with this one, 92-93 NBA first team. This was actually the one I really wanted, so hoping that's kind of a common thing. I can't stop staring at it, but we got both of them in the same box, which is pretty insane. And we got this base Jordan in great shape. So we got 3 Jordans. I would say only because we got the 2 inserts. And then these Scottie Pippens, we were getting the first stack. We got 5 of these Pippen career highlight cards, and there's I think 12 or 15 in the set, and then we didn't get one other one. So what I thought was actually really gonna riddle the box dried up. So 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I missing one? Oh, 4. Thought we got 5. This one sticking, but we got 4 of these. So that's pretty awesome. Happy to get that. So thanks for being here. We're going to bring you a lot more content, and we'll see you on the next break.